Hey guys, it's Miss Clevenger. We are looking at our CBA Retake review. This is going to be video number 1. There's probably going to be 2, maybe 3 videos for this whole CBA, but we're going to look at these first 3 questions that are all about finding the percent. So we're going to look at number 1. It says there are 210 athletes in ROISD. 60% of them attend morning practice. How many attend early morning practice? So because they're asking me, or they're telling me that 60% of the athletes attend early morning practice, they're asking me how many attend morning practice, and this is our whole, this is our percent, so we're finding the part. So the first thing we're going to do, draw our percent bar. Remember, this is 100%, and then what's our whole? Well, our whole is 110 athletes. So we have our percent bar. We're going to split it into 10 equal pieces because we can count percents by 10. And after we do that, we have to determine there is a whole of 210. So how many is each box going to get? Well, if we think there are 10 equal boxes and we have to split 210 people into each box until we have an even number, then 210 divided by 10 is going to be 21. So I'm going to have 21 people represented in each box. So now what we need to do is look at what the question wants us to know. Well, they tell us that 60% attend early practice. So I had to make a mark at 60%, and then I need to figure out what 60% is. So the first thing I'm going to do is if I shade in the first box, that's going to give me 21. If I shade in the second box, that's going to give me 42. The next box is going to be 63. And then it's going to be 84, 105. So then this would be 126. So 60% of 210 is 126. So my answer is C. And then if we really think about 60% of 210, well, I know it has to be more than 100. So it can't be B. Everyone, because if 210, that would be everyone. And everyone doesn't come. It doesn't say 100%. It says 60%. And then, so then we come down to 2 different answers, and that's where we get the 126. Is 190 reasonable? Well, we don't know. Probably not, because it's almost too many coming. That would be closer to like 80 or 90%. And so that's why we cannot select D, and that's why C is our answer. But let's look at number 2. Number 2 says there are 300 calories in a dessert. If Sarah makes a smaller recipe with 75% of the calories, how many calories are in the dessert? So I'm looking for 75%. I'm looking for 75% of 300 calories, which is my whole. And then how many calories are in the dessert? So just like before, we're going to start off with our percent bar. Split up into 10 equal pieces. Our whole is 300. Our percent is 100. Go ahead and fill all that in. So now that I have that, we have to figure out what each box is going to represent. Well, if I have 300 whole people, or 300 whole calories, how many calories would be in each box? Well, each box would get 30 because 300 divided by 10 is 30. And when I look at 75%, 75 is halfway between 70 and 80, so that's going to be 75%. And remember, if I split the box into 2, then each half gets half of the 30. And then we count. So we have 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, plus the 15 is going to be 2 25. So my answer is D. And last but not least, we have number 3. It says Kate goes to a restaurant and spends $50. If the tip is 20%, so it's a 20% tip, how much is her total? So you have to think, this is how much the original bill was. If I leave a tip, then I have to add the tip to the bill to find the total. So the first thing we have to do is find how much tip she left. So out of a $50 check and 100%, we're going to do our percent bar one more time. We have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90%. How much is each box going to represent? Well, $50 divided by 10 would be $5 for each box. So a 10% tip would be $5. But we're not looking for a 10% tip, we're looking for a 20% tip. And so a 20% tip is actually going to be $10. But they didn't ask me for how much the tip was. They want me to know how much my total was. So if I take the bill, add it to my 20% tip, which is $10. So 50 plus 10 gives me 60. And guys, if you really just wanted to think about it, if she's going to spend $50 already for her meal, and they want the total, then the total has to be more than what she spent on her meal. Her meal was 50, so 40 and 30 cannot be the answer. And if she leaves a tip, then 50 can't be the answer. It has to be 60. I hope this helps. I'm going to stop now and start making a new video, and I hope you have a great day.